Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ORL Season 10, Round 14, here at Italy, at the infamous Monza circuit. And do we have a great race for you guys? We have a lot of drivers joining us. We've got Formula Danny, Velocity Formula Danny, Williams Tib, Crow, who is now SHZ Crow. We've got Photon, Marek, Muller, Soron, Calcifer, Kane, and Marcy. Qualifying was a very, very close affair because you had from Tim in third place, he set a 118.958, and then down in 8th, Calcifer set a 19.2, so just 2/10 separating 6 drivers. So it's going to be a very, very close race, so watch out for all of that. For those of you guys who are watching on YouTube, bring in the predictions, light up the chat, all of that kind of stuff. Any questions that you do have will be appreciated, I guess we can say. Gap, interval, detail. We would like to see position change for the start of the race. I am ready. I have forgotten my water, but thankfully there is a little bit of water, although it kind of tastes really weird, so I'm going to try not to drink that. But yeah, guys, Formula Danny starting on pole again. Can he make it? 3 wins from 4. No, 4 wins from 5. This is his 5th race in ORL. But we are getting ready to go. Here he is lining up on the grid. Soron in second and Williams Tim in the second Mercedes. So expect Mercedes to get a lot of points this time out. As we count the red lights. 4 red lights. 5 red lights. And away we go for the Monza Grand Prix, or for the Italian Grand Prix. What am I doing? But here we go. Formula Danny gets a good start. Soron hasn't got a great start. Williams might have a go around the outside. Tim down the inside. As Formula Danny runs wide, he's going to have to cut the course. But look at this. Crow is going to take the lead. What a start from Crow, starting down in 4th place. Tim moves up to 2nd. You've got Flex's Marcy. He's trying to follow. What has happened? Nothing's happened. I'm just getting overexcited over nothing. Is there going to be contact behind? No, everyone gets through fairly cleanly. But look at this Crow getting on the gravel. As there's a little bit of contact through the Lesmos. They leave each other just enough room. Side by side through both Lesmos. Are you kidding me? What a start to the race. Muller has retired. What has happened to him? Photon. So Photon and Muller have had it coming together. But look at this. 3-way battle for the lead as they head into the Ascari chicane. Formula Danny's going to go down the inside. Can Crow have a shot? Soren's going to make his way past him. They're going to be side by side. Let's stick on board with Soron. We'll see a really good run from Flex's Marcy. Don't forget, Kane is joining us for this race. He's only raced 1 time before, and that was in France where he finished 3rd. Tim's going to go for the inside on Soron. There's a little bit of contact. Tim pushes Soron out wide, and Soron will have to lift off a little bit just so he doesn't lose the back end. But here comes VP Marek. It's a 3 abreast. What a start to the Italian Grand Prix. This is absolutely crazy. Panther has a 5-second penalty for speeding, but there's 3 wide into the chicane, and Marek will pick up the positions. But look at this. Calcifer, he is down in 7th place. He wants a piece of this. Marcy and Soren are side by side. Will Soren have a go? Yes, he will. They both lock up. Can Calcifer have a shot at this? Marcy cuts the course. Will he have to let Soren back through? But look up ahead, because Crow is closing in on Mr. Danny. He's too far back though, I feel. What about over here? I'm just trying to keep an eye on all the position changes. So who are your big winners? Marek's the big winner. Soren's the big loser. Elsinger's gained loads of places, as has Corky. Black Panther again into the pits at the end of lap 1. We saw that happen at Spa. But Muller is out of the race. Photon had to come in the pits. So watch out for Photon through this race. He will be on a rampage, I am sure. I'm actually really hungry now. I don't know why. Watching this has made me hungry, but there you go. So we're going to try to keep up with all the battling going on. But we have to stick with Soren because it is quite close. We might see DRS. Oh, but look at this. Look how close these 3 are in the battle for the lead. So Formula Danny and Tim, we did expect them to be racing for the lead of the race, but Crow, returning after a long period of absence, is right up there with them. And you can see in the background, oh, they're going side by side. I think Sauron having a cheeky little look at Marcy. Marcy loses the back end. Sauron somehow avoids it, but can Calcifer make it through? Calcifer did make it through. Good job by Sauron to avoid that, because Marcy was always going to come across the track when he lost the back end. But Sauron will have DRS now. And there's been contact. Barney has come together with Sauron. Why have I done that? Here we go. Sauron's going to go down the inside of Calcifer. And I feel like that is justice, because he did deserve that position. Marek has picked up a 3-second time penalty. I'm going to write that down. So Marek 3 seconds. Black Panther had 5. Those are the only real penalties so far. But while all of this has been going on, look up ahead. Crow has retaken the lead of the race. Formula Danny is going to have a lot on his plate if he wants to try and take his 4th win of the season. Sorry, not 4th win, 3rd win of the season. But here comes Formula Danny. He's going down the inside. Can he make it stick? Crow trying to stay side by side, but this is going to be brilliant for William Sim, who can now stick right on the back of them. Calcifer still behind Soren. He hasn't been able to find a way through, and Elsinger just going to pick up those points. Corky as well doing a good job. This is his first race in ORL. He won the social race at Monza earlier this week. So he was always going to be in contention for that best of the rest spots, and he seems to be doing a good job now. But Barney and Marcy are into the pits. Such a shame that Marcy had to lose the back end through that chicane. Right, let's watch on board from Williams' team perspective as Photon sets a faster up on the race on those super soft tyres. But look up ahead. Crow, he wants a go at this. Right, we're going to change detail onto the tyres they are on. So Kane, he pitted at the end of lap 1 to put on the soft tyres. Panthers on the mediums. Barney and Marcy on the mediums, so they will be trying to go to the end of the race. But it's so close. 4:10 separating the top 3 is absolutely ridiculous. But watch this now. They are all going to be getting DRS. We are surely going to see a change for position. Formula Danny goes defensive. Crow is going to go for the outside as they enter lap number 5. Never did I think we'd be saying in Formula 1 that Mercedes would be batting with the McLaren. Can Formula Danny hold it around the outside of the chicane? I think he might be able to. Crow is not going to be able to get the drive, but he is now right back up into the slipstream. This is an absolutely fantastic race. Here we go, side by side into the chicane. And you have to think this is going to be good for the likes of Marek, who is trying to close up into this. But Crow retakes the lead. What is this? This is crazy. Come on, guys. Light up the chat. You have to be enjoying this. I think when I do the highlights, I'm just not going to cut out anything. It's just going to be this entire race. It's going to be a 30-minute race video and maybe no interviews. But look how close it is, because you have Marek, Sauron and Calcifer all closing in slowly but surely. But look at this. You've also got Marcy closing in on Barney. But we have to focus with the leaders. Too many battles going on. Let's sit on board with Formula Danny, who will get the best run of the 3. Marek is only a second behind, so if these guys battle for one more lap, he will be in the DRS zone. And Calcifer will be licking his lips as he will be joining onto the battle. Remember, oh sorry, Timber's found a way past Formula Danny. Has Formula Danny got some wing damage perhaps? Oh, Crow loses the back end ever so slightly. That might cost him as they head out of turns 1 and 2. But look at this. Marek is in DRS zone, as is Sauron. Calcifer almost in that crucial DRS zone. But this is great news for Calcifer, because Danny is closing up to him in the championship. So he needed Danny not to win the race. As Marcy picks up a 3-second time penalty, as does Barney. Let me write that down. And Marek is just too far behind. These guys are just Formula Danny is just put in a quick sector and has closed the gap. But Sauron is closing in onto Marek. And expect Sauron to have a go into turn 1 on the next lap if Marek can't stay within the DRS zone. Calcifer has a 3-second time penalty. That's not something we say every day. Tim gets a much earlier apex. Will he be able to get a better run out of the corner? He's fiddling with his ERS and fuel mechs. Maybe even a little twinkle on the brake bias. But here he goes, Williams Tim going for the inside. SHZ Crow will not go defensive. And Tim will claim the lead fairly comfortably, but Crow gets a cut back on Tim through that chicane. Can he get the run as they head into the second chicane, as they head? Formula Danny falling back just a little bit. Flex's Marcy can't find a way past Barney at the minute. Photon has managed to find a way past Panther, but he's going to have to stop again. Kane also on the soft tires. I'm interested to see whether he can make it to the end of this race. While the battles, we have not too many. Corky trying to close down Elsinger, but unsuccessfully at the minute. Formula Danny just seeming to fall off the pace ever so slightly. And Formula Danny just falling back from this group as Crow has a moment. Danny will make it through. What has happened to Crow? Crow has spun it. And this happened to him earlier on in the season at Spain when he was leading the race. But that could massively affect it. Will he come into the pits at the end of this lap, or will he try the overcut now? This will be somewhat interesting. Formula Danny though had to lift out of that to avoid Crow, but that's the second person who we have seen spin on the exit of that corner. We saw it happen to Photon earlier, I believe, and he collected Marcy spun there. But look at this, Marek seems to get a decent run. But Formula Danny's into the pits. And Marek's going to get a really good run. He's going to go for the inside. Soren's not going defensive. Crow is into the pits as well. And Marek will move up into second place. But that is because Formula Danny has pitted. Let's stick on board with Crow and not Elsinger and Calcifer. Crow's going to go for the inside as Panther retires from the session. So he must have had a bit of a crash then. But look at this, Elsinger's come out fairly close to Calcifer. Much closer than he was before, as Marcy picks up a 3-second time penalty. I am keeping track of all of these. Right, let's sit on board with Soron. There's Marek. He's going to pull right into the slipstream. He's going for the outside. Formula Danny has a 3-second time penalty. It's going to be side by side between Soren and Marek. Soren's going to go for the outside. And Soren's going to make it work. Closing in on Myler. And Soren has a 3-second time penalty. Did he have a bit of contact with Myler? Soren's going to go down the inside into Lesmo 1. Let's look on board from Marek's perspective, as Marek will want to get into this. As Formula Danny picks up another 3-second time penalty. This might allow Soren to jump him when the time comes. Soren actually has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, as does Formula Danny. So Williams Tim should have this race in the bag as it stands, as Marek will go down the inside into the Ascari chicane. And that's Marek up into 4th place. Right, but here we go. Marek has the DRS. Will Soren go defensive? No, he doesn't. Soren has faith in his late braking. Out of the race all of a sudden, as Marek's going to go down the inside of Soren. Hang on a second. We got their two side by side through the first chicane. Can he get the drive on the exit on the outside? I think he just about could, as Flex's Marcy has disconnected. So that's one of the Ferraris out of the race. But Marek and Soren side by side. Crow is 14 seconds down. It's still side by side. This is crazy. But Soren will back out and Marek will take 3rd place. So, right, I've got a question. Oh, there's a safety car out.
A safety car? What the fuck?
Who has crashed? Marcy has DC'd. Okay, this is going to be massive. Formula Danny's in the pits. He was on the medium tires. Right, and this is one thing I wanted to ask. Because we...
they all gonna pit. Soren is also in the pits.
And Tim hasn't pitted. This is crazy, crazy scenes here at round 14 at Monza. And you had Tim, who was on those soft tires. So this is crazy. But look at this. Marek, Soren, and Calcifer have gone for the super soft tires. Panther, can super soft tires last for 10 laps?
I think they can, if you just be careful with the throttle at the exit of turn 1.
Yeah, because he had the most to gain, but safety car is coming in the pits at the end of this lap. Let's
This will
wait.
be so perfect for me, this safety car.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say
Oh
it.
shit! Oh, Calcifer almost hit. Oh, look
Marek
at
as
that.
well. What is going on?
They all slowed down.
Did Calcifer get another 5-second penalty?
No, it was
Marek
sure
into
what it was.
Calcifer. Sorry.
But look how slow they drive.
Yeah, Timp is really holding this up. Let's actually ride on board with Timp. Wait for him to pull that trigger. Look at him, he's turning up his ERS, and away he goes. No, is he? No, he's backing up again. I'm loving this restart. I'm going to sit on board with Elsinger. Elsinger has over... No, we're not going. Okay, we're going now. What is going on for this restart here at Monza? Tim will get away fairly clean. Crow is quite close behind. But look at this. There is Soron. That's Barney getting well out of the way. Good stuff from him. Let's sit on board with Soren. It's all getting so close. Marek is on the tail of Formula Danny. He has got those fresher tyres. Mile has a 5-second penalty. I have no idea what that's for. It's so close. It's almost going to be as crazy as start. Formula Danny holds the line through turn 1, but Marek will get a slightly better run. Barney has a 3-second time penalty now. And Flex's Marcy is still racing. Actually, he is still racing. I thought he had left the session. But look at this. Formula Danny, can he hold on to the position? They will be trying to close down onto Elsinger. And Elsinger doesn't get the best of run. There's a blue flag as well. Is that for... That can't be for Elsinger. Formula Danny will try to get the run. Elsinger is seemingly getting out of the way. Has he got a puncture?
I don't think so.
He's really slow. Surprisingly slow. But what else do we have? We've got Kane. He's right on the back of Corky. Corky has that 5-second penalty. He's going to go down the inside.
Overtakes Elsinger.
Oh, and look at that. Kane runs a little bit wide, but it's fine. Calcifer gets a 3-second time penalty. This is not usual. Calcifer usually really clean. Look at this. Photon is now in the points. He's going to have a go on the outside of Corky. Corky runs wide.
Kane is overtaking Elsinger.
And Flex's Marcy picks up the position on... Flex's Marcy picks up the position on Photon, as Photon had to take evasive action on Corky. And Photon has a bit of a lag jump. Kane is going to go down the inside of Elsinger. Can he make it stick? Can Flex's Marcy follow through? He will certainly try to. He's going to get the cutback. Crow has a 3-second time penalty. And that's Crow's first of the race. But Formula Danny has found a way past Crow. Let's move up there because this is where the battle... And there's contact! Contact between Marek and Crow into the second chicane. What is going on here? This is absolutely insane. And look at this. Soren is right on the back of Marek. But let's just see, can Marek possibly get the drive on Crow? And Crow, he's on 12-lap old medium tyres. This is not going to work out for him.
Flex's Marcy is going for a move on Elsinger.
Oh, thank you very much for that. And he's going to make it stick. Can Photon possibly find a way through? Corky gets a 3-second time penalty. Photon will get the switcheroo onto Elsinger. And I think he's going to get the move to stick. But look at this. Meanwhile, up ahead, Marek is on the outside of Crow through the Parabolica. And now Calcifer wants to get a piece of this. Marek's into the pits. What is going on? Let's sit on board with Soren. Soren is going to go 3 wide. Remember, Marek has retired. Is he getting lag spikes or that is crazy. This is playing into the hands of Calcifer. He's so slow through the first chicane, but Formula Danny closing in onto Timp. And Calcifer this is great damage limitation for Calcifer. Muller's out of the race. Marek's out of the race. Photon had that incident. And Calcifer on the fresher tyres makes a move stick on Crow. Soren
on a penalty.
Another penalty. But don't forget, Crow has 3 seconds of time penalty. Calcifer has 11. But look at this. Soren down the inside of Calcifer into the second Lesmo. And Crow's tyres must be starting to wear out now. But look at this. Flex's Marcy and Photon, the 2 Ferrari drivers, nose to tail as they head into the Ascari chicane. Expect Photon to be faster and possibly challenge Kane. Crow picks up... Oh my god, Crow picking up the time penalty. He still has 5 seconds left. He still has 5 seconds less of time penalties. But, oh, what's going on here? Sauron and Calcifer. And Sauron's going to get the cutback through the chicane. That is great stuff. Let's ride on board with Crow. As Formula Danny setting fastest lap after fastest lap. They're side by side. This is the battle for the race lead with 4 laps to go. Formula Danny is down the inside. Williams Tib. It's a touch, but it's all right. Nothing is going to happen from that. Now, Formula Danny needs to pull 6 seconds in 4 laps. Can he do it? What do you think, Black Panther?
I'm not sure. 6 seconds in 4 laps is a bit too much, but he's pretty fast, so I think it will just not enough. Like 5 seconds.
Look at this. Elsinger's going to have a go onto Corky into the chicane. No, he's going to back out of it. Had a little cheeky little look. But this is the battle for the final position. I don't think Myler can really challenge for it. I think Myler's got a couple of penalties, but no, Toffee might be able to use a second down, but we'll have to see. Also, it's getting really close from Marcy going all the way up to Sauron.
Elstinger's going for the move.
Oh, here we go. He's got the DRS. He's going to go down the... Oh, no, he backs out of it. I have noticed Elsinger doesn't have a lot of confidence under the brakes.
Yeah, I had the same issue here, to be honest. I was like, when I was on the mediums, I could brake normally at the 50-meter board right here. But now in this race, it was just... it didn't work.
Formula Danny is setting lots of fastest laps. He can't brake... Oh, Kane's going to get... Yeah.
Spike.
And Kane moving up to 5th place then, which means Photon might be able to pick up the position onto Crow. And Crow, you got to feel bad for Crow. He had that spin and then getting caught out with the safety car, and Tim has just been better than him on the older tyres. Elsinger also getting massively caught out on those older tyres, and now you've got Toffee who's right on the tail of Elsinger, and Elsinger now must be wishing that he had pitted when that safety car came out.
Oh, Kane is off. Oh no, Crow is off. He retired.
What's happened to Crow? Can we get a view? Oh, he's lost it through the first less mode.
Oh my god.
Is he getting lag spikes or something? But now all of a sudden Toffee's into the points again. 2 races in a row for Toffee where he's going to pick up the points. Obviously there was that race in Spa last summer where everyone pretty much crashed and only the top 10 actually finished the race. Right, 3 laps to go now as Formula Danny begins lap 25. He's only a second ahead of Tim. If Tim picks up a 3-second time penalty, we may have a race on our hands. Elsinger wants to get these final points. Myler's too far back, so this is the battle for the last couple of points in the race. Elsinger, can he do it around the outside? He can. Will he run wide? No, he gets it all neatly done. But here comes Photon. He's got DRS. He's right alongside. Barney picks up a 3-second time penalty, but we don't care about that because Photon is going to move up into 5th place as we head on to the final lap of the race. What about Elsinger though? Elsinger has
going for
DRS. Let's take the scene. No, he's going to back out. Just doesn't have that confidence under the brakes.
I think he's scared to crash him out at the last lap.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a fun scene. But meanwhile, your winner on the track is going to be Formula Danny. But after penalties, unless we've missed him picking up a penalty, Tim will jump ahead of Formula Danny. I'm fairly certain.
What about Sauron?
Sauron has 9 seconds of penalties. So in fact, Photon will jump ahead of him. So Photon is going to finish 3rd at this race. But here comes Formula Danny round the Parabolica. He's going to win on track, but we'll have to wait until after the race to see how it finishes. Formula Danny will take the win. Here comes Williams Tim to take 2nd. Formula Danny does get relegated to 2nd. We can see that has already been updated. What about Sauron? Sauron is 3rd. Photon is upgraded to 3rd, but Kane will jump ahead of him. Calcifer has a 5-second time penalty for not serving the stop-go. Flex's Marcy will not jump ahead. Corky has a 5-second time penalty for an unserved stop-go, as does Elsinger. So the
got 4 points.
Toffee up to 8 Corky dropping down to second. Can Myla possibly jump? Myla has a 5-second time penalty for an unserved stop-go. And flexes Marcy only a second down on Calcifer at the end of the race. So let's take a look at the standings for a final confirmation then. Oh, as we skip that. So Timp will win ahead of Formula Danny. Kane had no penalties, but Velocity Photon, that one time penalty that he had, meant that Kane did jump ahead of him by a fair bit as well. Photon will take fourth ahead of Soron, Calcifer, Marcy, Toffee and Elsinger. Flix, Marcy, Toffee and Elsinger. And Corky will take the final point. No one got 4 penalties at the end of that race. Sorry, no one got 5 penalties. So no one will be disqualified post-race unless the stewards feel that there was an incident that was important. Tim, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the first lap was incredible. Talk us through that.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened in turn 1. I got like hit from behind. Well, I kind of braked very late because I didn't want to... Well, my first target was to get Soron in a start because I didn't want to let Danny go and I wanted to stay with his slipstream and DRS. But yeah, then I don't know really what happened. And then Crow got the lead from the start, and yeah, then Danny was kind of like ahead of me, and that was my only target to like just stay behind him. Yeah.
Right. And that restart, right? You might not have noticed, but you did. I really liked your restart because you were so slow. But behind you, there were so many people crashing into the back of each other. I think there were 3 penalties for collisions through the Ascari chicane alone.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that, but that is like usually my strategy in safety car restart. So go very slowly, and because I can decide the speed when we're going. So yeah.
And
I didn't know about that.
When the safety, of course, it's not your fault in any way. I just thought it was kind of entertaining. But when the safety car did come out, you decided not to come in the pits. What was your thinking there?
I thought like I will lose all the track position if I pit. And to be fair, I was really pissed about that because I was gonna win the race much easier without that safety car because Danny was on mediums and I was on softs, and softs actually go in the end from lap 11 or lap 10 to 11. So yeah, that really pissed me off. And then when I saw Danny is P4 and after safety car restart it was P3, and I kind of felt like I'm gonna lose the win here. But then I asked for my engineer, does he have a penalties? He said 6 seconds. So I kind of knew like now I just need to finish without penalties. I win the race. Yeah.
Well, a great race from you, and you picked up your second win. So how's it feeling? And will we see you for the next race in Singapore?
I mean, yeah, winning is always fun and always good practice. And yeah, probably yeah, you will see me next week as well.
Okay, great. And of course, again, thank you very much for joining us. Are you ready?
Yes.
Where did you get your penalties then, first of all?
Everywhere. I mean, I got warnings in the first corner. I got a warning once when I went into the gravel and lost 3 seconds.
Ooh.
And I also got warnings in Ascari. Basically every single place I got warnings, but the funny thing is that I got my 2 penalties within the range of 1 single lap. Because to be honest, this time I was mentally just too weak, and I'm not proud of that. I'm quite disappointed because also this is my first race that I haven't win in this competition ORL, and yes, when I saw Tim coming out from the pits ahead of me with soft tires, and I was like, how could I not think about the strategy? I didn't even consider it as a possibility, and then I knew that he will win the race, and I was like, I stopped recording because I knew that there will be no more action for me, and I also just start to be very inconsistent and annoyed and pissed off at myself mainly, and got penalties, locked up, and do stuff like that. And after the safety car came, which was a pretty good luck, and I think if I win the race like that, I wouldn't have been a lot happier because it's not the race that I deserve to win today. But I'm very happy that at least uh, the safety car could extend the amount of fun, and I got back in traffic again and had to make a few overtakes. And yeah, the first lap and the first stint was absolutely crazy, and again very clean racing from these guys, and I'm very happy about it, and really appreciate their fairness. And congratulations to Tim, because he was the man and the driver of the day, and he managed to win the race, which is a pretty big deal, and well done to him.
Yeah. And did you get caught out when, was it Crow who spun in front of you through the second chicane?
Yeah, he spun in Rog. He lost it, the car. He lost it alone. He broke a little bit too late, locked the rears, and then the car got very unstable over the curbs. And then the next curb hit the car as well while sliding, and it was just the top of the cake. He absolutely lost the control of it, and because of that, I was broken out of Team's TRS. But again, it's the thing that if I would have been the fastest guy today, I could have won the race. But it wasn't the case. Tim was the fastest, and it's a well-deserved victory for him.
Well, second still a decent result, and you and Tim have now had two great battles, one last time out at Spa and now at Monza today. So are we going to see you two battling for the win again in Singapore?
No, of course. Of course.
Okay, well thanks again for joining us, and best of luck for Singapore.
Thank you.
Right, Kane, third place. That's two third places in both of your ORL races, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think I got a podium on France as well. So I'm very happy with this. I honestly didn't expect a third place in this race, to be honest, because I had a bad start. I lost my front ring on the first lap. I had to pit, and then starting all the way from the back again. And then obviously the safety car came out. I was kind of happy with that safety car because it allowed me to get back in the race. And yeah, from there on out, I just tried to get into the points. I saw people making mistakes in front of me, or pitting, or having penalties. So yeah, honestly, didn't expect this podium, but I'll take it.
Right. Well, a great race. Are we going to be seeing you in Singapore as well?
I don't know yet. I'll have to see if I can if I have some time for that race. I honestly can't tell yet.
Okay. Because if you do join and you get another third, the last person to do that I think was Muller. So you're in good company if you do make another third.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, a good race and a lot of points then. And thank you as well for joining us.
Yep. Thanks.
Soren, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Cool. Right, Soren, talk us through that start, because you started in second, and then when I looked, it all got crazy, and then you were down to, I think, fifth or something.
Well, yeah, my start wasn't very good. Unfortunately, I think that I was a little bit more too much cautious at the start. So yeah, I lost a lot of places, and well, then it was complicated to coming back. Yeah, I think in overall my race was a little bit frustrating.
And the penalties again, was it the same as Danny, just getting penalties everywhere, or was there one specific corner that kept catching you out?
No, yeah, I didn't have specific corners when I cut. It was, yeah, overall. I really have to work on it if I want to be closer to a win or podiums.
And I think that's the first safety car of ORL. Did it play into your hands then, or would you rather it have not come out?
Well, at the start, I really wanted to show if I was able to finish with the soft. But yes, of course, when the safety car comes back, I start to struggle with the soft compound. So yeah. In fact, it helps me, and then I was able to take the super soft, and then I had very good fight, especially with Calcifer. So yeah, it was really fun.
Well, a great race from you, and will we be seeing you again in Singapore?
Well, at the moment, I don't know. Unfortunately, it will depend of of classes. So I can know at the moment.
Okay. Well, we hope you can enjoy. We hope you can join us at Singapore, and best of luck if you do join us and in all of your other racing.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
Right, guys. So that concludes round 14 here at the Italian GP for Monza. Join us next week on Thursday for Singapore, and it's a street circuit at the end of the day, so it's going to be a very, very tight race. It's going to be, expect to see some crashes and a crazy first lap. But until then, guys, I will see you later. Thanks again for watching, and see you next week.